Hey everyone, welcome to the Chef's Choice podcast. This was a thing a while ago, and I guess we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back just due to, things going a little better. Me having a little more free time. I mean, I don't really have much free time, but I've got an hour to hop in here. Throw something at the microphone, see what sticks. Um, Anyways, I don't know why I'm being all serious and whatever. If you guys don't know me, I'm Fred Meme Chef. I stream on Twitch. I also make music. And why not go into another alley of entertainment as well? Why not? Um, I've noticed on my Twitch streams I go in kind of long rambles, long rants. I mean, and some people prefer them, some people don't like them at all. So I figured, hey, what if I just hopped on stream? What if I just let out my long-winded rants here? Um, Anyways, to start off on kind of a high note, so I almost died today. I know that sounds kind of dramatic, but again, it's not. It's not dramatic in the slightest. I was in my English class. I'm a senior in high school. I was in my English class, and then which is like first period, so it's start of the day. I'm a little sleepy. You know me. I'm dropping some Z's in class. Um, and it's towards the end of class, so everyone's already put their things away. And due to COVID and stuff, everything's been on like the school provided Chromebooks. And so I went to go and grab my Chromebook charger, which had been plugged in at the front of the room. So everyone had been putting their things away, so they were all just sort of watching me walk to the front of the room, go to get my Chromebook charger. And it's in like one of those power strip things, like the surge protectors, and I go to I go to unplug it from it. I go to unplug it from the power strip, and it's like not coming out. And I don't want to lift the power strip up too much because the teacher has like stuff plugged into it. I don't want to like turn it off and turn their computer off, and then like I don't know, get in trouble or something. And so I go and hold on to the power strip, and I go to pull it out, and it's like being all weird, not coming out. So I figure maybe if I grab lower on it on the cord, I'll get some grip and it'll work well. But then I pulled it up just enough that my finger slipped underneath it while I was pulling on it, and and it just connected with those like metal pins, the two metal prongs that were in the socket, because my finger slipped under there just enough. And so everyone is watching as I am being shocked for probably about 5 seconds before I was able to get enough control of my hand to pull it off of there. It was terrifying though. I couldn't feel my arm for like 5 or 10 minutes. The adrenaline was flowing for about an hour after that. For the next like two classes, I could not focus on anything else. I just had the adrenaline flowing. Kind of zany, if I do say so myself. And then coincidentally, there was like maybe within 10 minutes of that. And again, this is a small school. Like, I don't know how many. I would say maybe 600 people. It's like a 4-year high school. Maybe 600 people at the high school. And there was someone in they were in like what's it called? The changing room, the locker room for weights. And they were like a freshman, and I think they were offered like a bet or something to see like how long they could flex for, like do a full body flex, which if you guys didn't know, tires you out pretty quickly. Really, really tuckers you out. And so he holds it for, from what I've heard, and this isn't like some weird school rumor. Like, this is like, it was confirmed by teachers that this happened, and like homie was getting hauled off. He was getting taken away. Um, and so I think he held it for about a minute, and he was like obviously bright red, and like he apparently passed out, but it just looked to everyone like he fell over. And apparently when he passed out, he hit his head on the ground and started having a seizure. And and this is gonna sound messed up that I'm laughing, but what I'm laughing about is the fact that everyone thought he was joking. Everyone thought that he was like jokingly like shaking on the ground and stuff. And sorry, I meant to turn off that ringer. There we go. Everyone thought he was joking about like seizing up or whatever, and then he actually was. And man, I'm sure everyone in that room just felt absolutely terrible. But yeah, not many like vital accidents happen at my school, so quite surprising that that those two things happened within 10 minutes of each other. They offered for me to go home after getting zapped, but they were doing those tux and drape pictures today, like the ones, yeah, the tux pictures that seniors have. And if I missed it, there's not like a retake for it, and I didn't want to miss it and then be like the one senior in every class where they have their like normal yearbook picture that's on like your student ID, where that's so everyone else is in a tux, and then there's some obscure picture of you from months ago where you're just wearing like your school uniform or whatever. So I stayed at school, but felt kind of like a scam, because if that had happened any other day, I'd be jumping for joy at the chance to go home early. But yeah, it was it was kind of zany, because I was just thinking about the fact that imagine dying like in imagine dying in front of your class for like an ordinary thing. I mean, like if it's like an attack on the school or something, like everyone's gonna know what's going on. Everyone is in some sort of danger. But imagine like just some mundane thing is happening in your class, and then all of it some mundane thing is happening in your class, like someone goes to sharpen a pencil, all of a sudden some slip up happens, and with everyone watching them, that person just dies in front of everyone. Everyone is now traumatized. This is a dark topic to go into. Wow. Okay, I meant to take it at like the funny angle of like the switch up of the mood if that happened, but this is just dark. That's all that I've done. I've just made everything very dark right now. Yeah. So sorry about that. Anyways, so today is election day. Again, I've been seeing a lot about it. I'm 17, so I can't vote, and therefore voicing my opinion is not that important. If it's desperate for you to know what my opinion is, I'm left-leaning, because I'm 17, and if you are a young person who's not left-leaning, why? Like that's a fairly normal thing for young people, is just to be left-leaning on those things. Anyways, I've just been seeing, I don't want to say that I've been seeing too much telling me to vote, but like today it's all that I'm hearing about. And I get it's like a big day, it's like an important thing, happens every 4 years, but I'm just saying, if you have someone who wasn't planning in the slightest to vote, like they weren't planning at all to vote, telling them like 100 times, if it's someone who's stubborn and isn't planning on voting because they're stubborn and like pessimistic about it or whatever, and saying, oh, my vote doesn't matter, telling them 100 times in one day is not going to motivate them to go. It's literally going to do the opposite. It's just going to make them more set in their ways. Although I do think that you should vote. I mean, this is going to be coming out after election day. I'm just saying, when I'm saying I do think you should vote, I mean, I'm just clarifying. I think that voting is important. I'm not saying that it's not important. I'm saying that 100 ads, way more than 100 ads that I've seen today alone for go out and vote. But like, who is it meant to help? Who? Are you seriously telling me that someone is going to wake up today as an American? I want you to find me one person who's going to wake up today and go through more than an hour of their day and not remember, oh, hey, today's election day. Like, if you can find one person who is over 18 and an American, like, if you can find, actually, I'm gonna say more than one person, because there's always gonna be one outlier who's just really dumb. But if you can find more than one person who woke up today and lasted more than an hour without knowing that it was election day, I will eat my hat. Okay, there is no use for all of these ads and stuff. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm being the pessimistic one now, because maybe I was making fun of other people for being pessimistic, but I think at this point I'm just the pessimistic one. But that's neither here nor there. Not to give like live election coverage, or anything. There's like, who even knows who's winning? I don't know. I can look it up again. I don't know why I am. It's not like it matters to any of you guys. You've probably already found out the results by now. Yeah, it looks like Biden's still winning. Biden's been ahead like the whole time, which is pretty pog. Hey, he's finally ahead in the popular vote. Biden's been ahead on electoral like the entire time. Now he's finally ahead for the popular vote by over 1%. Oh, I think it's because they're finally counting the California votes. Like, they're finally getting them all counted up. How much of California has been counted? Okay, I need to stop focusing on this. I need to actually pay attention to other things. Anyways, yeah, I need to start focusing up, or I'm just gonna be stuck thinking about this the whole time. Anyways, boys, so yeah, that was kind of zany, like going through all that. Also, not to make too much of a change, I've been thinking a lot about like games and stuff recently, because I feel personally like recently I've been getting into a lot of gaming more than before, because I recently came out of one of those streaks that you go through, and I know it's not just me. I know everyone goes through these where you just like you play games, but like you're not having a ton of fun, and then I had like a super busy school week, and I only ended up streaming for like one day out of that week, and so then I in turn also was not playing games at all that week, because I was just super busy, and so it ended up turning into me having a good break, I guess, from games, so then now I'm back into them, so I've just been thinking about like games and stuff, and ones that have failed, and I'm realizing that it's just like the reference, or the ability to reference it. Like, if you think about it, any games that have, like, you can have a fun game, but like if you don't have the ability to like reference it all the time, then it's not gonna stay super relevant. Like, how there's so many CSGO type games, but people are constantly referencing CSGO still, because like there's things like the knife system. People can reference the CSGO knives, or people can reference like I'm planting the bomb, or any of those, And so I went on a tangent about this on stream the other day, but I think that's why games like PUBG and stuff failed, is because the only references you could make to it was like frying pan and chicken dinner. But like even with Warzone doesn't need it as much because it's like from a popular game series. So like even though it just has the gulag on it, or gulag, I don't know how I'm meant to say it. I say gulag. But even with just that, it's able to maintain its popularity, because that's, I mean, in all honesty, that's all it needs. But who knows? So I should probably break down generally what's going to be happening with this. So this obviously is going to be a much shorter one, because this is very off the cuff. A bit of a pilot, if you will. I will in the future be having guests on occasion and stuff. I honestly can't see myself losing much motivation for this, because this is essentially just what I do with my streams, except for there's not a game going and there's no chat. But I do a lot of these rambling about what I've noticed throughout the day with this, or I do that with my streams. Now I can also do it with this. Sorry about that. But I mean, yeah, I don't want it to be one of those things where it's like constantly, oh, we have to have a guest on or whatever. I mean, it would just be like streaming buddies or friends that are involved with my content in general. Like maybe like Damned Up Program, or Mac TV, or Casey LaFawn, any of those guys. But yeah. Anyways, real quick before we continue, let's go ahead and have a quick break really quick. Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is brought to you by none other than the Ma Energy. Ma Energy is a energy and focus formula specifically designed to improve your gaming experience and gaming capabilities. If you're hopping on with the boys to play a little bit of that Warzone, what's another game you kids play? Play a little bit of CSGO, maybe Fortnite, so you can be like Ninja. Maybe you're taking your shots at them and they're not quite landing. Maybe you want to pop some Ma Energy Blue Buzz into your system. That's the flavor that I like. It'll get you focused right up. They've worked out an amazing blend that it gives you natural energy. None of that chemical crap. Also, it's sugar free. So I mean, if you're really trying to I don't know, cut back on the sugar, how about instead of chugging down those sugary energy drinks, which I'm not going to name the brands of, maybe go to drinkmod.com, order yourself, whatever you want to order, and use code CHEF10 for 10% off. That supports the podcast, that supports my streams, and it also gets you a nice little discount just on top. Sweet little cherry on top. So yeah, go check out drinkma.com and use code CHEF10 at checkout for 10% off. Thank you to Ma Energy for sponsoring this episode. And we're back. Anyways, so I've noticed recently that with Chromebooks and stuff, I don't know how relatable of an issue this is. I don't know how many of you are in high school or out of high school. But for my school, we are finally back in, like on campus. But it's mixed, so like tomorrow, which would be, as of the day I'm recording this, tomorrow is Wednesday. And so, I have online tomorrow, but then I'll be back for Thursday and Friday on campus. And so the school has provided Chromebooks for us, which are utter garbage. They hardly work. And I'm not being like one of those like, although I am a like PC nerd, I'm not being like a PC nerd in the sense of, oh, it's a garbage system. I mean, it is truly a garbage system. Like, you can be simply trying to use Google Docs And if you have, because you have to be in a Google Meet the whole time, or a Zoom call, one or the other. Some teachers use Google Meet, some teachers use Zoom. They're the same thing. But if you are in a Google Meet call or a Zoom call, you can do nothing else on the Chromebooks, or the entire thing will freeze. Except for the teachers never understand that, so they'll never let you leave the call to go and work on those things. They just want you to stay in it the whole time, which is so ridiculous in my opinion. Like, actually such a scam. Because you're just not going to get any work done. I have some teachers who have picked up on that, and they understand, okay, so we have to let them, go and work on it outside of the call, or they're not going to get anything done. But also, I'm thinking, how do they spend such little money on a legitimate education thing, on a legitimate tool which is required for our education this year, a school, but they are willing to spend so much money on the extracurriculars that affect nothing with the actual education. If anything, hinder the education, also are not really possible this year. I mean, we still have occasional games, but the practices and stuff and the games get canceled enough. It's not worth it for all the money they're dumping into it. New uniforms, new all that, new coaches. Why even spend money on all that when you could spend money on decent laptops, which are required for it? And I know it sounds like, oh, why are you even complaining, man? You just talked about being a PC nerd. I mean, you stream, so you must have a pretty good PC. Yeah, I do. I also have a decent laptop. But the school has made this rule where you can only use their Chromebook for everything. Even if you are at home joining the Zoom call, you have to use the school distributed Chromebook. So no matter what good technology I have access to, I am now required to use the thing, which does not work. Like, and I'm not being dramatic here when I say does not work. I mean, I can physically not do anything on the Chromebook when I am in a call and trying to like even type up a document, like type an essay. And I know that it's not just me being dramatic, because every single student complains about it every single day, because it's the worst. It's so terrible. But anyways, that's just a bit of a rant that I don't know how relatable that is. Some of you guys probably aren't even in high school anymore. Some of you guys are probably all online. I don't know why the school is requiring, only use our Chromebooks. I could understand that if we were one of the rich schools that, because I mean, we are technically one of the more wealthy schools in our area, but I mean, I'm in a small town in Idaho. Wealthy school is not that nice. But I could understand if we had some giant tech grant that we had received from a company that was oh, we all get, I don't know, Dell laptops or something. I don't know what a decent laptop brand is. We're all getting what kind of laptop am I trying to think of? I'm just gonna Google laptop. I promise it'll come up. Oh, we all got Asus's or something. Those are decent laptops, or HPs or any of those. But no, would they say, and if they had those, then I could understand them saying, okay, so you are required to use this because we're able to monitor what you're doing on it, and it is practical to use. I could totally understand that. I would have zero objections. But when you are hitting me with the Chromebook from 2010 that has, I don't know, a potato and Rice Krispies for its internals, and you are telling me, yes, use this. Yes, we are fully aware that every single one of you even have cell phones that could handle being in a Zoom call or a Google Meet and also typing in your notes app. We're fully aware that your guys' cell phones can handle that, or your laptops, or your computers, which, as much as people want to say, oh, I don't have that, I am sorry, I have not seen a single senior in high school who does not have a cell phone, or at least like an iPod Touch, which are still very nice. I don't know. I feel like it's cringe that they act like it's somehow something that people don't have, and so we're required to work with things that make it impossible to get stuff done. Like it legitimately just tanks grades. It's cringe. Anyways, that was quite the tangent. I know that I was talking about how this was gonna be funny and silly, but that was just a tangent. Sorry about that. Anyways, I feel like I could enjoy doing this. This is a shorter one, because I mean this is very off the cuff. I don't know, off my nuts decision. And so I don't have, a topic list down yet. I had a few topics. I mean, I still had a topic list, but it wasn't, talking points that I figured out throughout the week. Still though, I mean, if you guys somehow manage to find this without knowing who I am or seeing it through my advertisements on my accounts, then, I mean, come check me out. Links in the description to Instagram, Twitch. Check out Ma for, making this possible. Check out my music, all that stuff. Anyways, I probably will I'm going to try and do at least one episode a week. Or I know that I can do at least one episode a week. If we have an extra one, Pog. If we reach I don't know, 500 subs, and I'll make a Patreon for it that'll have bonus episodes and stuff. But I don't want to start that until I have 500 subs, because if I start it at 100 or whatever we'll be at, and then I have one Patreoner and I am sitting down and recording an hour for that one Patreoner, I'm gonna feel a little ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like this has potential. Anyways, see you guys. Peace.